Hey, Rigsby here, and in today's episode, I want to talk with you about the reality that being a business owner is not for the faint of heart. Let's get to it. Welcome to the Fitness Business School podcast, the show for fitness business owners who want to grow their income, increase their impact, and improve their lifestyle. Be sure to listen till the end of this episode because we have a brand new special offer exclusive for listeners. So stay tuned. I get to talk to so many business owners in a given week or in a given month. One-on-one calls, group formats, and, invariably they're working hard. They're putting in long hours. They're spending way too much time at the gym relative to the results they're getting in so many cases. And, sometimes I have to kind of break the news to them that just putting in long hours is not enough. And I'm not saying that you don't need to put in long hours, especially in an early stage business, because frankly, every startup owner that I've known has put in a lot of hours in the beginning to get that flywheel turning. But long hours isn't enough. Working hard isn't enough. Having some grit and perseverance, it's not enough. There are things that you need to be doing if you're going to be successful. So I wanted to unpack some of those so you can direct that perseverance, you can direct that grit, you can direct that time and effort in the right place so you get the results that you're looking for. The first thing that you need to do as a business owner is solve a real problem. Solve a problem that people actually care about solving. All too often, people get into the business because they like being in that place, right? How many times has somebody just loved being in the gym? So they said, well, I'll open a gym. It's kind of like the people who love going to a bar thinking, man, I'll buy the bar. It doesn't really work out very well when you approach it from that perspective. You want to solve a problem that people, A, feel is very important to them to solve, and then B, aren't particularly successful at solving on their own. So, we know that in the landscape that we operate in now, information is more readily available than it's ever been. People can go watch all sorts of workout videos on YouTube. They can use AI to print out workout after workout. They have apps that are free or inexpensive available to them on their phone, but we're not getting more fit. We're not getting healthier. So clearly those things aren't necessarily the answer by themselves. We need to be able to solve the problem that actually is preventing people from getting the outcome they want, even though they have some of the tools or some of the pieces of the puzzle already available to them. And usually that comes down to coaching. It comes down to accountability. It comes down to simplifying the path for people so it's easier for them to execute, so they don't have to make a bunch of decisions, figure out what's right, so they can kind of get out of their own way or get out of their comfort zone and adopt new habits. We have to be the people coaching that, facilitating that, leading that. So we have to solve real problems if we want to be successful as a business owner. The second, and this is kind of a perspective that I have on this, and I've seen some other people talk about something similarly, is I think you have to combine strengths. I don't think it's good enough to be an expert or strong in one particular area. For me, I think that I've always felt like I was a pretty good coach, not, a top 0.1% type coach in the coaching landscape, maybe, but maybe a top 10% coach. So a pretty good coach that, in a particular market would be like an an A-level coach. But then on the second kind of side of things is, I would say the same thing about me as a marketer and business person. Definitely not a top 0.1% or something type of marketer or business person, but definitely a top 10% type of business person. But by being able to combine these two strengths, I've been able to, build a successful and durable business because, I think you have to be able to combine strengths. You have to be able to kind of put things together because it's hard to be a market leader if you're in a market and you're the best at one particular thing, but you're really deficient in other areas. So you really need to develop a first strength and then a second strength. And if you combine them, that's what's going to set you apart, right? Because you could be the best coach in town, the best business, the best training gym in town. But if you're invisible, if people don't know about you, if they're not aware of you, it's kind of all for naught. So we want to combine a couple different strengths. So if you feel like now, hey, I've got one of these strengths in place, then you need to put more time, effort, energy into developing that second strength. And I think that would hold true in any arena. I mean, I saw it in the baseball coaching world. There were plenty of baseball people who were just incredible on the field tacticians or great at running a practice, but they weren't good at recruiting. And so they always had kind of lesser talented players that they were having to develop just to catch up with the people who are good at recruiting. But the guys who are great at recruiting, but they weren't good at player development, those people they would bring in would kind of stall out. They would lose momentum, in a lot of cases, lose focus, and not even remain as good as they were when they arrived on campus because they didn't feel like they were getting better. So their focus and effort drifted. The third thing that I would tell you is that you need to focus on value and not effort. So many people think about, I just need to work harder. I need to work longer, as I alluded to at the beginning of the video. But it's not enough. Like, what value am I creating? Am I creating valuable content that's going to get somebody's attention and get them to maybe connect with me and like me, trust me, see me as a potential ally in solving the problems they have and achieving their goals? Am I delivering value to the clients that I have? Am I delivering value to my team, making them better? Because if you're not creating value for the people that you serve, for the people that you aspire to serve, or for the people that are on your team that are really helping to execute your vision, then you're kind of just spinning your wheels, right? You may be putting in time, but it's not moving the needle. It's not moving you forward. So focusing on the value that you create rather than the effort that you put in goes a long way. And then finally, I would tell you, you need to play to your strengths. Like, each of us have different talents, skills, experiences, passions. You need to lean into that and build around that. And if there are things that, are clearly better done by somebody else, you need to invest in other people doing those things, because it's not uncommon for you to stay in your zone of genius, so to speak, and be able to go earn, $100, $200, $300 an hour and hand off tasks that you could pay somebody else a fraction of that to do and gain twice as much ground, because you're doing the things that maybe only you can do, and you're letting other people do the things that they're great at, and also saving you time that you couldn't have done as effectively or as efficiently once you kind of exited your areas of strength. So if you want to build a great business, time, effort, energy, it's not enough. It matters, but it's not enough by itself. So I would strongly recommend you think about the things that I just shared and how you can use your time, effort, and energy more wisely, more effectively, and really kind of more purposefully to get to where you want to go and finally have the business that you've always wanted to own. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Fitness Business School. Before you go, I have a quick announcement. One of the things that we've been doing with our current clients is taking them through this ideal business diagnostic. And really what it is this checklist that allows you to pinpoint exactly what your business needs next so you can keep improving, keep growing, and build a business that you love to own. One that pays you well, one that allows you to have the impact you want to have, and one that allows you to have a lifestyle that you truly enjoy. In this diagnostic, we walk through everything and we do an evaluation and can instantly pinpoint what you need to do next to build that business that you want. I'm going to extend this opportunity to get on with either me or my team and take you through this evaluation and fix your business's most vital needs fast. So if we take you through this, you're gonna be able to make those vital changes that you need to finally have what I call your ideal business. If you'd be interested in going through this entirely free, risk-free diagnostic with us and learn what you already have in place, what you're doing well, and where your greatest opportunities for rapid improvement are, just shoot me an email with diagnostic in the subject line to pat@patrigsby.com. Again, an email to pat@patrigsby.com with diagnostic in the subject line will get you scheduled and take you through this evaluation to help you build the business you want.